Borderlands is this crazy game that's kind of a blend between shooting and role-playing game. You know, there's been a few folks that have attempted this. We had Fallout last year. One of my favorite games came from the role-playing side and added some shooter on top. We've had BioShock, which is a shooter with a bit of complexity and a bit of growth, which we've loved. My favorite game when it came out. And of course, Mass Effect has tried this too. Borderlands is coming at this from a completely wild angle. And if you look at the art style, you can see this kind of mischief and fun that comes through in everything we're doing. There's character in it. It's a sort of a concept art style. In Borderlands, you will grow. You will get experience and go up levels, and this will give you more health, more capabilities. You'll develop skills. If you pick, say, the hunter character, Mordecai, you'll have a pet Bloodwing, which is kind of like a falcon, and you can invest in making this falcon more powerful as you play the game. As a soldier class, Roland, you can deploy a shield with a turret on it. You can develop a combat skill tree, or even a medic skill tree where you can heal yourself and help your friends. There's a lot of variety and growth in the game. You'll also collect gear, tons of gear, shields, equipment, and guns. Hell of a lot of guns. There's over 500,000 guns. There's actually millions of guns in the game. There's more guns in Borderlands than in every first-person shooter on the 360 and every first-person shooter on the PlayStation 3 all added together. How do we have so many guns? We actually can't build them all. No development team, all the development teams in the world added together can't build as many guns as there are in Borderlands, so we wrote software that did it. The guns are actually created by manufacturer artificial intelligence. We invented all these interesting manufacturers that are the corporations in this world in the Borderlands, and each manufacturer has different styles, different materials, different components, and different classes of weapons that they'll focus on, and the software develops the weapons for us. So one of the most popular abilities that's one of the characters has, a guy named Brick. He's the huge hulking bruiser guy. He's a berserker. He can do what's called an adrenaline rush, and he goes into this berserker blood rage, almost like the Incredible Hulk, and he just brings up his fists and just starts smashing guys to a pulp. You can develop this berserker rage and make him stronger and stronger as you play the game by putting more and more of your skill points into that tree. And that's just one of the skills in the game. All the characters have different skills and multiple ways that they can invest. You know, there's over 150 different enemies in the game. With the different types of enemies in the game, there's some standard enemies, some interesting variants, but there's also the really, really tough guys, the champions. You know, World of Warcraft has elites. In Borderlands, we have badasses, and badasses are tough, man. They take a lot of damage, and they can hit really hard. So you really got to be tough to deal with those badasses. But when you do, the rewards are great. You get a lot of experience and tons of loot. One of the neat things about Borderlands is, unlike all of the other games that have started to blend role-playing and shooting, Borderlands is the only one that lets players play together online as friends. Now, you don't have to be online. If you're with a friend in the living room, you can play split screen, and that's cool. And we want to support all the different ways that people play over System Link and over the internet, so you can play with friends all over the world. But one of the neat things about the co-op game is, as you're playing your character, whether you've played single player or whatever, your character is yours and it's persistent, and then you'll develop this character. So let's say you play through some of the single player game. You've played like 10 or so hours of the game, and you've got a really powerful character. Now you can take that character online and bring it to a friend's game, and in that friend's game you might get more loot and get more equipment and get more skills and get more experience. If you later come back to your own game, you'll bring all that with you. Your character is yours and it's persistent. So this is a really big deal. No one's ever done this before in this genre, and it's really exciting to us, and I think gamers are going to be really appreciative of all the ways we support them. Borderlands comes on the PlayStation 3, the Xbox 360, and the PC, and it's coming in October this year, so we're really excited to bring it.